Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Sharp, and I'm the Executive Director of Dwell with Dignity. I am so excited to be joined by my guest today. Can you please state your name and which firm you represent?
Leslie Jenkins and Jenkins Interiors.
Well, thank you so much for being part of our Thrift Studio this year. We have been incredibly blessed and honored to have your firm as one of our featured designers. So can you tell me a little bit about your room? It's so amazing and vibrant. What was your inspiration for it?
Well, first, thank you so much for asking me here today, and then we have loved being a part of this. I've had so much respect for Dwell for a long time, and then truly honored to be able to do this. And it was so much fun. The whole process was so much fun. And I actually had to go back and think, okay, what was our inspiration? Because it was obviously a while back, but there were, different phases. And really, there were a lot of things that inspired us, but I would say the first thing that we actually not bought, but selected at the warehouse sale, or what did they call it? Were the Ming chairs, the Ming dining chairs, and I always love a little Asian. So we kind of jumped off. That was our jumping off point. And before we had the space, right after that, Brunswick, or actually this is Lee Joe, but they brought this fabric to our office saying this is new, and we said, would you want to donate some? Because that could be where we're just, our colors
the way that
could
it
come
goes, it's beautiful.
Well, anyway, you're sweet. So that's really where we started with the Ming chairs, and then this fabric, and it just evolved from there.
So was this color part of the color story that you wanted to tell in the room?
It really is. And you can kind of see, all those colors are throughout the room. And Blueprint was kind enough to donate these shelves, which are Jeffrey Bill Huber shelves, which are some of my favorites. And that pulled out that red, which we kind of needed for the depth, because we had all these soft kind of pastels. So,
and we love Blueprint. They're amazing, and I love the work that you do. But these pillow towers are inspired, and people come by and they're awed by them. And I just think that they've never seen something sculptural and soft, and it also merchandises, which I love.
Well, and how doesn't it? What we were talking about earlier.
Yes.
When you have a venue like this, but you're wanting to sell things, it's hard to keep it from looking like a garage sale or a flea market. So we were trying to think of a way to organize it, and it would draw people in. And I am such a fabric person, and I love color. So we thought, perfect. It's a way to display it. And these shelves actually, they're in his design book, and they're fantastic how he's just flanked them next to sofas or on a wall, and just, use them. Obviously, it's just bookshelves. So they fit the need.
Well, and also I love that there's so many pillows and textures and layers, because a lot of times someone will come in and they'll say, okay, I have a sofa, but you know what? They need new pillows, they need new decor, they need to freshen up what they already have. So pillows.
That is our hope. I feel like pillows are always something that kind of change the room a little bit, but they don't have to be a big investment. Or like you said, if somebody already has the sofa, give them an opportunity to find something.
Now, art changes the room a lot too, but it is a large investment. So what's your art philosophy on including art in spaces?
Kind of depending on the client and their age, and whether or not they are collectors. Some people, that's really a big part of their, home, and some are just learning. And it's one of my favorite things. So I love the education process of it, especially when it's, a young client, they're just starting to acquire. And I like to guide them and educate them in, how to accumulate, and because it is a big investment. But it can be fun. You can buy, a few pieces at the time you're doing your home, but then acquire them as you travel to, different places in the world. And it can be a story, and, something that you can always think on when you see that piece. We were super excited. Taylor Fisher is the piece that we were able to get from the whole process here. And I had been watching her and really interested in her. And then when I found out that she had a piece, we were so excited, because we got the first draw. So we were able to get hers, and I was thrilled because the palette was amazing, and she does these really cool abstract still lifes, and her story's interesting. So we were really happy about that. But it's always a complicated mix of how to bring in the art and scale, and making sure that you have something that is we've got, some pieces behind glass prints, and then you've got your canvas, and then some are framed, and you don't want all the frames to be the same color, but yet the art, you don't want it to be too much of a considering all those little decorating things,
Right.
because the piece is what's so important. But we ended up getting these pieces at the Dwell Warehouse, and these little just black and white architectural prints. That was fun. We did that pop of color on the mat and thought, a little bit more interesting than just white. And then this piece is by Joyce Howell, and she does these lovely abstract landscapes. And we thought, we happened to have that one, and we were trying to pull this deeper sort of red in. So, a lot of it's color, obviously,
Yes.
but it's also the mixture of the textures,
Yes.
and just, making sure that you've thought through every single space.
Well, what I love too is that you could take something that feels small originally and then completely redo it and make it so much more impactful and bold. And I think that people need to maybe take some more risks and be a little braver in their choices sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because it's a commitment. That the colorful bright mats, and like you said, making that much larger. When we found out the size of our space, which we were really excited about, because we wanted the opportunity to really have some things in here to sell. So this obviously allowed that. And we needed size on the walls. So, which was another reason why we brought the Joyce Howell in. And then that, like I said, that Taylor Fisher's just kind of perfect right in between. I love it.
So this is gonna be a hard question. What is your favorite piece or pieces in the space?
Okay. Well, I have a few, but I have to say one of my favorite kind of architectural details is the plaster bamboo mantle and the molding. And Cassie did that for us, which was so sweet of them. And we were just so excited that they were willing and that they had the time to do it. And so we just, did a little design when we realized we wanted to break up the room and we wanted to make this more of a living room. So I love that. And I love how the bamboo is carried out through the crown molding at the top. And then I've already touched on the shelves. I just think they're just, I don't know, they're interesting in a way that you don't really see bookshelves like that very often. And like, you can do it at an angle, you can do them straight on. So there's so many pieces that I really love, and I wish I could touch on every single person that was so sweet, or company that donated, but those are probably my favorite.
Well, and I love this. I don't think we've ever had something like this before that is, again, so architectural, but useful too. So I think people are gonna be really surprised that that's actually for sale.
Well, and they applied it so that it could be taken down, even the molding, which might be hard to, find a spot for, but it can, we even have someone that has their eye on it. So
there you go. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
If you're interested in coming to shop, which of course I hope you are, please join us. We open to the public on Friday, August 28th, and we run for an entire month through September 26th. So come see and shop this wonderful space by Leslie. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. It was so good to meet you.